Hello, space explorers. Today we're at the legendary Kennedy Space Center, home to real rockets, astronaut experiences, and even a behind-the-scenes tour you won't want to miss.
That's right, Bruce. We'll be taking you through the must-see exhibits and the Kennedy Space Center Explorer Tour, where we go behind the public areas to see historical launch pads up close.
Make sure to stick around for some interesting space fun facts, and of course, the shuttle launch experience.
First up, the Rocket Garden. These aren't just replicas. Some of them actually flew missions.
That's right. Some of these rockets actually launched into space.
Yep, here is a fun fact. The Saturn 1B rocket over there helped train astronauts for the moon landing. And the Mercury Redstone rocket is sent Alan Shepard, the first American in space, up for a quick 15-minute ride.
So this is basically space history standing right here in front of us. Wow! A really cool virtual reality experience is the mock-up of the Blue Origin's New Shepard capsule in the Gateway Pavilion. You wear these VR goggles and experience the same space flight that William Shatner, Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise from the Star Trek TV show, did in October of 2021 when he was 90 years old.
There are many other interesting exhibits in the Gateway Pavilion, as in the case for all the pavilions.
Whoa, check this out. You can actually see the spacesuit Alan Shepard wore when he walked on the moon. And it still has moon dust on it.
That's right. And this is the Astronaut Hall of Fame. You can see the greatest space explorers in history. Did you know the astronaut John Young once smuggled a corned beef sandwich onto a space mission? NASA wasn't happy about the crumbs floating around everywhere.
Leave it to humans to bring snacks into space. But he wasn't the first American astronaut to eat in space. That honor went to John Glenn, who ate applesauce from a tube, similar to a toothpaste tube, during his Friendship 7 mission in February of 1962. At that time, it wasn't known if people could actually eat in zero gravity. Could you even swallow food and keep it down? Would you then be able to digest it? These questions needed to be answered if humans were to spend extended periods of time in space. And thanks to John Glenn, we now know the answers. Wow, this is the actual Atlantis shuttle, right here in front of us, here in the Space Shuttle Atlantis building.
Yep, it flew 33 missions, including the one that helped build the International Space Station. Space shuttles don't have engine for landing. They glide back to Earth like a giant plane. No second chances. You have to stick the landing every time.
Oh, so they're basically giant space gliders. That's both terrifying and awesome.
Speaking of terrifying, are you ready for the shuttle launch experience? It actually simulates what astronauts feel during takeoff. It is in the same building as the Space Shuttle Atlantis.
Here is a quick NASA video that explains this incredible experience.
You know, here at the Visitor Complex, we like to say we're always exploring, and here we really prove it. This is the shuttle launch experience, and guests, when they come here, can actually sit down in these seats, and you are going to experience just what it's like to be on board a space shuttle, sitting on the launch pad, preparing for liftoff. You feel the roar of the engines as the shuttle takes off and leaves the tower behind. As you move out into space, this is an experience that really puts you just where the astronauts were on board the space shuttle, looking up at space. This is truly a spectacular, spectacular simulation. Now, that was quite an experience. And you know, every astronaut I've ever spoken to says this simulator is pretty much exactly what they experienced when they powered off the ground and headed towards space.
All right, guys, this is what makes our visit extra special. We're doing the Kennedy Space Center Explorer Tour. This gets us beyond the public areas to NASA's actual launch sites. This is an extra $25 bus tour that is well worth the money.
This is a must if you want the ultimate Kennedy Space Center experience. We're about to see the historical launch pads up close. There is an included bus tour with your $75 entrance ticket, but it doesn't take you where the Explorer tour does. This building, the vehicle assembly building, is so big. It has its own weather. Sometimes clouds form near the ceiling inside.
So NASA has indoor weather now. Wow, that's next level engineering. By the way, the US flag on the side of the building is 280 feet long. That's only 20 feet shorter than a football field. This is where Apollo 11 launched in 1969. Launch Pad Complex 39A. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin lifted off right here.
And it's still in use today. SpaceX launches astronauts from this very spot.
And speaking of SpaceX launches, we were able to witness 3 of them while visiting the area. All 3 were SpaceX's Starlink satellite launches from Launch Pad Complex 40. One was a daytime launch, and the other 2 were during the night. I was able to video all 3 of these, and here they are. But the 2 nighttime launches were basically the same, so I'll show you only one of them. The two nighttime launches were mostly obscured by low cloud cover, as you saw, which is why that night video was so short. You couldn't see much after the first minute. We are now in the Apollo Saturn V Center. This is a Saturn V rocket. It is longer than a football field, and it actually took humans to the moon.
The Saturn V is still the most powerful rocket ever built. It produced 7.5 million pounds of thrust, enough to lift an entire aircraft carrier.
We are actually touching the moon right now. Bucket list item checked off. We also attended a Chat with an Astronaut event. Dr. Robert Thirst conducted a 45-minute Q&A session with a group, and both the questions and his answers were very interesting. You can view this event here on our channel by clicking here or in the description below. There are many more very interesting events and activities available at the Visitor Center. Most of them are very popular and are booked many weeks in advance.
So it is a good idea to do your research well before your visit and get your reservations in place before you go.
That wraps up our insane visit at Kennedy Space Center. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and comment about your dream space mission below.
And if you wish to support our channel, you can buy us a cup of coffee by using the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Keep reaching for the stars. See you in the next adventure.